The parrot realized that it was important to keep a record of all the sins other creatures, especially human beings, committed against it. So this bird had an idea: to keep the names of offenders and the sins they committed against it. The parrot took a white sack and started writing the names of offenders and the type of sin they committed on small stones, which it kept in the sack. The bird carried this white sack everywhere it went, so it could immediately record any offense committed against it. One day the bird flew and landed on a tree, but unfortunately there was a human being under the tree who hit the bird with a stone. Luckily, the parrot did not die. It flew away and landed on the ground, picked up a stone, wrote the offender's name and the sin committed on it, and put it into the white sack. The parrot continued its journey. On the way, it landed on the ground again. Unfortunately, the wind blew dust into its eyes. The parrot picked up another stone, wrote "wind" as the offender, noted the offense, and placed the stone into the sack before continuing on its way. Later, the bird became hungry, so it landed on a riverbank and started picking up fish and worms to eat. Unfortunately, there was a crocodile in the river. When the crocodile saw the parrot, it began to chase it. The parrot quickly flew away, landed safely, and picked up a stone to record the crocodile's offense, placing it into the sack as usual. The parrot continued this routine of keeping records. Eventually, the sack filled with stones and became so big and heavy that it was even larger than the parrot itself. Yet the bird still carried it everywhere. One day, the parrot flew to a place where it saw an owl. The parrot approached the owl and started a conversation. During their interaction, the owl noticed the huge white sack and exclaimed, "Ah, my friend, what is this?" The parrot replied, "Oh, this sack contains the records of those who have offended me." The owl laughed and asked, "Are you keeping this for what? Aren't you suffering?" The parrot answered, "I keep this record to stay vigilant, to learn from my experiences, and to recognize my enemies and loved ones." The owl said, "It's good to learn from experience, but not by carrying it around in stones. Keep it in your mind instead." However, the parrot refused to take the owl's advice and continued carrying the sack. One day, as the parrot was flying, the sky grew dark and heavy with rain. Unfortunately, a storm began, with strong winds and thunder. The wind blew fiercely, tossing the parrot and the heavy sack around. The parrot couldn't hold on to the sack due to its weight. The sack hit the parrot's head hard against the ground, and sadly, the parrot died. The parrot spent its life collecting every wrong, every offense, hoping it would make it wiser, stronger, safer. But in the end, it was not the enemies that destroyed the parrot. It was the burden it chose to carry. The truth is simple. When we refuse to let go of pain, it grows heavier than we realize. Sometimes, the best way to protect ourselves is not by remembering everything, but by releasing what no longer serves us and choosing peace instead. If you're not following all in one TV, you're going to miss more, and you're not going to see me again. If you are, then congratulations. Please like, comment, share the video, subscribe, and thanks for watching.